again. So this is Clue. Let's read the introduction. The manner and manner of murders. For nearly 40 years, the unfortunate Mr. Body has been murdered daily at Body Mansion. What? But who, where, what weapon were involved in the dastardly deed? Well, with every day and every game, the mystery changes. It's up to you to figure out who done it. You will assume the identity of one of the most famous clue suspects, then move through the Body Mansion, collecting clues. Whether you're a rank amateur or you've elevated, there you go, there's an elevator, you're ranked gumshoe, sleuth, PI or full-fledged detective, you've got to ask the right questions, collect the right information and make the right deductions in order to solve the mystery. Unlike other games, each clue game depends on a lot more than blind luck to win. So get out your detective notepad and start sleuthing. When you've collected enough evidence to prove which suspect, weapon and room were involved in the crime, you'll have to answer a brief history of the world's famous mystery game. In 1946, a solicitor's clerk from Birmingham, England, paid a visit to the firm of Waddington Games in Leeds. Anthony E. So is it a British game first? So it is Cluedo then, not Clue. His wife had come with a couple of game inventing friends to present their idea and prototype of a mystery detection game to the game manufacturers. They met and played the game with the Waddington's employees while the firm's managing director looked on. Fortunately for all of us, the people at Waddington liked what they saw and agreed to produce the game. Only 3 years later, Parker Brothers bought the game to American mystery lovers, and it's been a family favourite ever since. So it was originally... Was it originally called Cluedo then? Because it's called Cluedo in the UK. If you didn't know that, they changed the name to Clue in America. Your assignment. Moving through the Body Mansion, you will enter various rooms in order to make suggestions and collect circumstantial evidence about exactly what was happening at the time of the murder. You are trying to ascertain which 3 cards are not in any player's possession. They are the solution to the mystery. Twice during the game, when you're close to the solution, you may hold an interrogation to prove the innocence of a person, place or thing, so that you can eliminate it from your suspicions. Once and only once, you may make your accusation and state for all to hear who did it and with what and where. If you're correct, you win. In the words of Sherlock Holmes, the game is afoot. These are the characters. Colonel Mustard, RETDSOBEFQREI. Colonel Mustard, late of the Bengal Lancers, held regimental honours as a marksman with both elephant gun and small caliber pistol. After he was mustered out, see what they did there? The Colonel travelled halfway around the world to see Mr. Body on a matter of grave importance. But why does Mustard sleep with a revolver under his pillow? Mrs. Peacock, after single-handedly saving the loggerhead shrike from extinction, ornithologist Peacock turned her beady eye to the pied bill grabe. Spotting a pair nesting near the manor house, she has come to beseech Mr. Body to donate his entire estate to her to create a bird sanctuary. Does Mrs. P have her eye on more than the grebe? Well, I don't know what that bird is. Professor Plum, head of archaeology at the corresponding school, came to the manor to solicit financing for a bone hunting expedition. He knows just where to unearth a prehistoric skeleton to rival the Piltdown Man. He says he can feel it in his bones. But why does the professor clam up whenever anybody digs into his past? Miss Scarlet, I'm always Miss Scarlet when I play Cluedo, called the mercenary of Macau, but never to her face. The sultry and sinister Scarlet will enter any preposition that makes her a prophet. After reading a how-to piece in Fortune Hunter's Quarterly, she decided to try her hand at gold digging. But could the price of gold be murder? Mr. Green. Isn't he Reverend Green? Is he Mr. Green in America then? I always thought he was Reverend Green in the UK. Mr. Green, because I know he's Mr. Green in the film, but I thought that was a change for the movie. Mr. Green, reputed kingpin in the family. Reputed kingpin in the family business, is a whiz at the numbers, but he finds himself dangerously short of cash at the moment. He figured he'd get out of the jam with Mr. Body's help. Did he make him an offer he couldn't refuse? Mrs. White. The maid at Body Mansion since before the war. She won't divulge which one. Mrs. White has seen him come and go. Trouble is, she's seen him when and where they weren't supposed to be coming and going. Did she finally spy something that made her see red? Okay. In fact, is he called Mr. Body in the British one, or is he not called Mr. Black? So I thought he was the missing colour. Maybe I made that up. Right, let's have a look at the game, shall we? We just have to do our best with this crazy-ass notebook scheme. I'm almost tempted to make an Excel spreadsheet of it. Would that be helpful, I wonder? I don't know how complicated this is going to be. Okay. We'll start the Cluedoing. Clueby-dooby-doo. Oh, this was released in Europe on the Sega Channel. I didn't know that. I'm sure I've played this before, though. Did anybody ever play the PC Clue game? I used to love that when I was younger. Which difficulty will you choose? I think you know. Unless we go up the things. I think we'll start. Maybe we'll just start with easy and work our way up. I would like to beat the hardest difficulty to consider this one done. Well, that didn't reset very well, did it? But there was a PC Cluedo that I absolutely loved. And it was such a bitch to beat. I used to play it over and over. Mr. Body was found in the study. Was Miss Scarlet the key? I like the graphics and the presentation. She was seen with the rope. Would she have used it? Why are we homing on Miss Scarlet? Is that it? Why not the other people? Mr. Body was found in the study. Was Miss Scarlet the key? Why is this the intro, just Miss Scarlet then? Okay. Right, shall we just start with amateur while we try and get used to the game? Select the number of players. Wait, you have to have humans? Six. I will be Miss Scarlet. Human. All done. Next player. Computer. Next player. Oh, did I just choose a human? I think I may have. I hope not. Look at your cards. Press A to see the card. Are you ready to see my cards? Ooh. We have Mrs. Peacock, the lead pipe, and the kitchen. So there's no notebook in this game. This is baloney. I've got to actually do this. So I've literally just chucked this into MS Paint. So what have we got? We've got Mrs. Peacock. Okay, so she ain't. Oh god, I need a pencil. She ain't it. Okay. And we also have the lead pipe. And we have the kitchen. Oh, this is confusing. Yeah. What, can we just look at somebody's cards? No. Okay. Let's go. Is there music in the game? No, that's very annoying. Miss Scarlet's turn. We will roll. That hand gets about in these games. I think it's the same what's in Monopoly. 3. Nice digital hand. Oh, I can move. 1, 2, 3. Six players is going to be annoying, isn't it, actually? I wonder if there's going to be music in between turns. I might just put my own music on in a moment. Oh, and we're in the lounge. Who did it? It was... Wait, who have I got? Oh my god, I'm confused already. It was Mrs. Peacock, right? Mrs. Peacock with the revolver. Let's do that. In the lounge. Okay. Oh, I think I've just changed my selection. Mrs. Peacock with the revolver in the lounge. That's Colonel Mr. Green with the revolver. Mr. Green had the revolver. So how do I mark this? Mr. Green had the revolver. What does that mean? This isn't how you play Clue, though, is it? Like, somebody just shows me their card. I don't understand. Mr. Green had the revolver. What? I'm gonna play my music as well. Hang on. Okay. We are playing Cluedo, but we're playing weird Cluedo, which doesn't seem to have the same rules. Hang on, let's use the example again. What did it say? You were dealt Miss Scarlet the knife and the lead pipe. Okay. During gameplay, you learned that Professor Plum had the knife. Draw a line from each of these. You put magnetic position. Because you already had the knife in your own hand, now you know that Professor Plum could not have been the murderer. I think it means it can't be the revolver. I'm not necessarily sure though. That's how you do it in regular Clue, right? It should also mean... Yeah, but maybe he did. He had the revolver and maybe he did it. I don't know. It's a weird way to do it. I think you need to find the false statement in this one instead, because the example says that you have Miss Scarlet, the knife, the lead pipe, the ballroom, the dining room, okay? And you say that you learn that Professor Plum had the knife, but you know that you have the knife, so you know that Professor Plum couldn't have been the murderer. It's weird. Well, no, it is, but I don't think it is in this one. It's weird because usually you don't learn two things at once. Usually, what you do is you ask the question, and the person that you were accusing shows you a card. Well, yeah, but we're playing it. There's nobody's showing me a card. We're watching a vignette. Mr. Green, let's just make a note of this. Mr. Green had a revolver. Okay. We'll probably figure it out as we go, but it's a weird way to do the game. End turn. Are you losing your head as well, Jamesy? It's very strange. I'm gonna end my turn. Because I think what's different with this, they're trying to do it as a game where everybody plays and everybody's looking at the television. So they're showing the vignette, everybody can see it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the difference. Whereas in Real Clue, only the person that's made the accusation gets to see the card, but in this one, you make an accusation and all members of the family watch the same television screen. So, I know how to play real Clue. Because the computer's going to make a guess in a minute and we're going to see the clue. So what are they doing? Cola Mustard, Lead Pipe and Ballroom. Nobody was in the ballroom. What does that mean? What? Okay. Nobody. I don't know how to even mark that. Nobody was in the ballroom. 1D body. Okay, now I see it here. So nobody was in the ballroom means I can cross out all suspects. Is there a way for me to put this on the stream so that you can see? Let me see. I don't think I can. I don't know whether to just make a spreadsheet. Can I be bothered while I'm live? I can't be bothered. You just have these low-res graphics. They changed the name from Miss Dr. Black to Mr. Body. Oh yeah, I thought so. I did finish Wolfchild, yes. How'd you like them apples? Let's see what we can do here. Let's crop this. Whoops. Okay. We'll get there. That looks about right. I might need to... Does that work when I scroll it? Oh, lovely. So you can see what I can see now. Okay, that'll do. Can we put that, like, somewhere? This is awkward. I'll just leave it there for now. We can, like, just look at it as we go. Or maybe I'll just have to remember to toggle it on and off. How about that? Okay, so I'm reckoning from that information. This is such a fucking headache. Nobody was in the ballroom, so we can just cross all of these people out from the ballroom. Okay? I think that's how we play. It is a choice, this game. And on we go. I'm not sure what to do about green had revolver though. How would I mark that? Hang on, let's look back again. Green had the revolver. What does the manual say again? During gameplay, you Professor from the knife. No. You're told that Mr. Green does not have the candlestick. A suspect or a weapon was not located in a particular room. Draw a line through the personal thing in the bottom part of the notepad. We've also learned that the candlestick was not in the billiard room. Wait, can I just do... Who was it? Mr. Green had the candlestick, so I can just do that? Maybe? I don't know. This is a very silly game. Just looking forward to that Cluedo in the Discord. I'll have to have a look later. Nobody was in the ballroom. Mrs. Peacock. Oh, what's she doing? She's taking a suggestion. I've marked mustard. Because it's not, do you see what I mean? It's not regular Clue. It's like a crossboard with the suspect and the weapon. Because usually you just eliminate somebody. I can't eliminate Mustard. I just know Mustard had the candlestick, but maybe he was the murderer. I think it's different from the board game. I think we'll just have to fluff this one and see how it goes. Who did it? Okay. Remind me to toggle it on and off if I forget. Peacock with the wrench in the lounge. No weapon was in the lounge. Okay. So you have the revolver. Oh shit, did I put mustard? I did, didn't I? It's not Mustard. That's the wrong person. It was Reverend Green. Not with the candlestick either. Oh my god. Why is this game so fucking hard? No weapon was in the lounge. Okay, so lounge, we've got weapons and we can eliminate all of them. It's just a really weird way to do this. Don't you think? Can I make the brush bigger? Oh, there we go. I just want to draw a line actually, so that would make it nice and easy, wouldn't it? But okay. I'm very confused. I'm just gonna see. Oh, you know, if I just minimize that, does that remember? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So if I just minimize that, oops, no, not that. I'm trying to think of an easy way to transition this without me having to keep going to OBS and topping it on and off. So I just minimize the window. You can see the game again, right? Has that worked? Yes. Okay. So then when I open it back up again for me to see, you'll see it too, and when I minimize it, you won't see it. See, we've upgraded the stream tonight. No weapon was in the lounge. Mrs. It is, thank you. I'm flexible. I'm adapting to the complicated ass Cluedo game. Oh, here we go. What's he doing? Professor Plum was in the hall. Okay. Professor Plum. Yeah, hush now. Professor Plum was in the hall. So, what should I do? Where's the hall? So I need to mark this. Let's mark this as oh! Professor who? Professor Plum was in the hall. Okay. But so does that mean that we know he wasn't in any of the other rooms? Is that what we're doing? Can I I want a smaller brush actually. Oh no. No, not that. I could zoom it all in actually, but I'm going to have to recrop everything. Ooh, what, has that ruined your experience? Yeah, probably. Let me fix that. Be easier if I made it bigger there. Oops. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Whoa. Is that readable? I think that's the bottom of the scroll as well though, isn't it? And now it's easier for me to mark because it's zoomed in. Have I finished Wolfchild? Yes. Music from the game, this is my playlist. Who got yesterday the Wolfchild seemed like a nice action platformer? Watch me as the game screen and display the sheet in full. No. That's a bit too much. Okay. We're trying to play Clue now and it's a hot mess. We'll put that up there. So that then you can see the information while I'm marking it. Suppose we can cover up some of that doodahs. Let's make this a bit sleeker. Okay. So what are we doing? Professor Plum was in the hall, and I want a smaller circle. That's too fat. That is not good either. No, why are these brushes all shit? There we go. No. That's too thick. I've forgotten how to use paint. It's too much. How do I thin it? No. Oh, I found it. Size. There we go. That's what we want. That's better. Because that hoop is too much. Can't read. There we go. That's what we want. Clue's fun. This is a headache, Chrono Gear. There's no like in-game notebook. The wavy lines. Okay. Professor Plum was in the hall. Did we mark that? This is going to be like an 80-hour game, isn't it? Right, off we go, Mr. Plum. Oh, I haven't minimised, have I? I've tapped out instead. Miss Scarlet's turn. She's rolling. Oh, that's us. Okay. We're gonna. Oh, can we do the secret passage? Take the secret passage to the conservatory. Off we go. Who did it? I don't even know what to ask. I don't know what to ask. Like, if I use Mrs. Peacock, I know she wasn't the murderer, so... Just wrecking my fucking head, this is. Let's just find out where Mrs. Peacock's at. That's all I want to know. And we've got the pipe. The lead pipe. So, we'll do that. Right, sure. What you got? There she is. Mrs. Peacock was in the lounge. What does that... what? So we know where Mrs. Peacock is. So the lounge, Peacock. Okay, so that means... no Peacock, no Peacock, no Peacock, no Peacock, no Peacock, no Peacock, and no Peacock. And that's also no Plum, no Plum, no Plum, no Plum, no Plum. Maybe we don't need to be this thorough, but it just seems a really silly way to do this. Okay. I think this is correct. But like, you know, if we were all playing together, everybody would see that clue, so they'd all be doing their own notebooks. It's a really weird way to do Clue. I think they just needed to get around the idea that you've only got one television and everybody can... It would be really tedious to have to keep telling everybody, like, to close your eyes like, while you show somebody your card on the TV. Miss Scarlet's turn. End turn. Oh, he's suggesting something. Okay. Woohoo! The knife was in the ballroom. Where's the ballroom? Okay, so no knife, no knife, no knife, no knife, no knife, no knife, and no knife. We probably don't need to cross all of these out though, to be honest. I'm just going to do it for the first game and see if it feels like we need to. So the knife is in the ballroom. I should probably colour code all this stuff because I'm crazy like that. Let's do it. Oh, there it is, do you see? Ooh. Mrs. White's turn. The candlestick was in the conservatory. Okay. What a game. I'm on the case. Dun 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 dun. Should have played Scooby-Doo. Fucking clue. Mrs. Peacock's going. Colonel Mustard Knife and Lounge, you say? He's got fancy music. Colonel Mustard had no weapon. Blowing my mind now. Okay, oh, I think I sort of see it now. So this is actually... Colonel Mustard had no weapon, so the player Colonel Mustard doesn't have any weapon cards, I think is what this is trying to tell us. what? 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 Like a pretty cozy game. I'm stressed out right now. I'm so confused. You think you know Clue? Who did it? Mrs. Scarlet with the lead pipe in the hall. No, no, no. Miss Scarlet was in the billiard room, apparently. Miss Scarlet... Miss Scarlet in the billiard room, which now means everybody else is eliminated. But we don't know where the murder took place. I guess we can't. It's a weird way to do Clue, because usually you can figure out, oh, okay, so the murder happened in this room, and then you find out this person did it, and then you find out what they did it with or something. But in this one, it's like we know where these people were, but we don't know whether they did it or not yet. So we don't know which room the murder took place in until we know who did the murder, which is kind of a weird way to do Clue. In Clue you can usually know which room it happened in, even if you don't know the weapon or the murderer. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. Right, well, we know where Miss Scarlet was, so I probably don't really need to mark all this shit. Did I do the right one? It's got a video room, yeah. The animations are cute, yeah. We should probably steal some. Especially Miss Scarlet, she'd make a good emote. Oh, we could just do a suggestion. We don't know who's in the hall, do we? What should we ask? Oh, Professor Plum was in the hall. I don't know whether to ask Professor Plum in the hall then. No, not Professor Hall. What should we ask? Ask about somebody we don't know. We know Peacock, Plum and Scarlet. We don't know where Mrs. White was, so let's do that. And let's do a weapon in the billiard room. So... Oh, I guess we could do... So if we ask the candlestick for the billiard room, we would know... Oh, you do need to mark them all off then. This is really annoying. If we ask the candlestick, then we'll be presented with... It was either Mrs. White in the billiard room, or it wasn't. You know what I mean? Wait, we're not doing the billiard room. We're in the hall. Shit. Mrs. White, so which weapons are in the hall? We've got lead pipe, revolver, knife and wrench. Let's do the... Wait, we have... Do we have a weapon? We have the lead pipe, so we can cross the lead pipe Oh, no, we can't. Oh, I don't know. I don't fucking know. This is such a stupid way to do clue. We can't remove the... We don't know where the lead was. But we know that the lead pipe wasn't used. So if we find out who had the lead pipe, we know they're not the murderer. I've gone cross-eyed. So if we find out who had the lead pipe, we know that they're not the murderer. If we find out which room they're in, we know it wasn't that room. Is, I think, how we play this. So what should we do now? We're in the hall. Mrs. White in the hall, and we know she wasn't in the hall. With the wrench. Wait, what do you mean? Where? Why am I choosing where? Hall. That's where I am. Seven people walked into the hall that day, but how many would be able to walk out? What? Mrs. White quietly tidied up the hall. Is that the clue? Or just a little fucking story time? Why is this game so weird? Mrs. White. It sounds like Mrs. White's in the hall. But she can't be, because Plum was in the hall. Can more than one person be in the same room? She definitely hefted the wrench. Wait, am I doing an interrogation? She definitely hefted the wrench. There is evidence that you are wrong. Game over, Miss Scarlet. Wait, did I just make an accusation? Oh, I think that was what went wrong. I thought I did a suggestion. Whatever. Right, we're starting over then. Should we play with less people? This is something else. This is something else. I need to get a new clean thing. If only it had like an in-game thing. Let's read this together. Have a look. See if you can understand it as well. Because it does give you an example. Just gotta wait for it to load its sodding AI assistant message. To use your detective notepad. So you were dealt Miss Scarlet, the knife, the lead pipe, the ballroom, and the dining room. Cross them all out with an X. That's what we did. During gameplay, you learned that Professor Plum had the knife. Draw a line from each of these, knife to Professor Plum. Because you already had the knife in your own hand. Now you know that Professor Plum could not have been the murderer. You may now X him out if you wish. Next you learn that the lead pipe was located in the hall. Write in the word hall at the right. Oh my god. No, wait, what? Okay. Negative, that's for positive clues. Negative clues. When you're told Mr. Green does not have the candlestick, fill in the small corner square under his name to show he did not have it. This example also shows that Colonel Mustard did not have the knife or the lead pipe. Professor Plum did not have the candlestick, and Miss Scarlet did not have the knife. When you learn that a suspect or weapon was not located in a particular room, draw a line through that person or thing on the bottom of the notepad. The example reveals that neither Mr. Green nor the knife, lead pipe, revolver, rope or wrench was in the ballroom at the time of the crime. Since the ballroom was one of your own cards, you've eliminated all of these. It's complicated. We don't have a clue. Clueless is the game. So during gameplay, wait, what? When you learn that a suspect or weapon is not located in a particular room yet, so the example, what example? The example is Miss Scarlet knife, lead pipe, ballroom, dining room. The example revisit neither Mr. Green nor the knife. Why Mr. Green? Mr. Green does not have the candlestick. I don't understand why we know that Mr. Green... The example reveals that neither Mr. Green nor the knife, lead pipe, revolver, rope or wench was in the room, was in the ballroom. Lead pipe, revolver, rope or wrench. I don't understand why that example gives you that conclusion. What is the example? Mr. Green does not have the candlestick. Mr. Green nor the knife, but why the lead pipe, the revolver and the rope or the wrench? You've also learned that the candlestick was not in the billiard room and neither Mrs. Peacock. Miss Scarlet nor Miss White was in the conservatory. If you found out later the conservatory was not the scene of the crime, you'll know that none of these three charming ladies is the murderer. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. Does anybody else understand that? You've also learned that the candlestick was not in the billiard room and neither Mrs. Peacock, Miss Scarlet nor Miss White was in the conservatory. If you find out later that the conservatory was not the scene of the crime, you will know none of these three charming ladies is the murderer. Why though? Because they weren't in the conservatory. So why, knowing that the conservatory was not the scene of the crime, would that indicate they were not the murderer? This is fucking nonsense. Genuinely don't understand this. You also learned the candlestick was not in the billiard room. Did I? Where does it say that? You were told that Mr. Green does not have the candlestick. Fill in the small corner. The example shows that Colonel must have blah blah blah. When you learn... You've also learned the candlestick was not in the billiard room. And neither Mrs. Peacock, Miss Scarlet, nor more than Miss White was in the conservatory. If you find out later that the conservatory... I don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. I think it's very silly. But let's make a new thing. Make a new notepad.
Yes!
Okay. Try again. Let's just do 3 players, keep it simpler. Human. Next. Mrs. Peacock. Next. Professor Plum. Next. Okay, so we have... Look at my cards. Oh, we got 6 cards now. So we have Professor Plum. Oh, I've copied the wrong fucking... Oh, piss. Hang on, let me get another one. It'll be a minute. Copied the wrong notepad. That's the example. Okay, hopefully this works better. Okay. Right, so we have Professor Plum. So let's just mark him off. Okay, we've got the rope. Cross Cross that one off. We've got the lead pipe. We have the wrench. We've got a lot of... And we've got the hall. So what do we do about the hall? I don't know. Okay. And we've got the library. I can't read if I do that, can I? Let's just put a little mark there. The hall. And the library. Okay. That should be everything. Start. Why do they make music for the start and all the animations, but not like this? So I think I did an accusation by mistake last time. We will roll. And we'll go in the lounge. Yeehaw. Right, what would be a sensible way to start this off? We're in the lounge. We don't know anything, so we know that Professor Plum is not the murderer, so maybe we should choose him first. And we know that the weapon was not the... Well, maybe we should try and find out what weapon Professor Plum had first, so we can eliminate some weapons. I think that's the best way to do this. The lead pipe was in the lounge. Okay. Well... Shit, what was my accusation? Did I just do the lead pipe? I'm confused now. Did I just pick the lead pipe? Does anybody remember? Why did I do that? That was a stupid weapon to choose. Or was it just giving me some random information? The lead pipe was in the lounge. Oh. Was the example? Let me check. I'm just going to check the example again in the manual. Oh, I see. We don't mark that, do we? No, we write lounge next to this thing here. Oh my god, why is it like 110 font? Oh, the whole thing has crashed now. I hate this. I hate this. Just trying to type something simple. Where is a Roman times numeral? Papyrus, that'll do. Lounge. Right, and just don't distort. Why is it doing that? Oh my god. Lounge. Oops. Lunge. Lounge. This game is going to be the fucking killing me, I'll tell you something. Why does it do that? Why does it go all blurry and weird? Oh my god. I don't even know why it's doing this. Columbus was arrested 20 years later using DNA evidence. I wish. I don't know why I can't just write a text box in Paint right now. Oh, is it because it's so zoomed in or something? Oh, I don't care. I'm just gonna fucking write it. I can't even write it. This is stupid. Can I copy from here? Right, what we're doing? The lead pipe. Clue is supposed to be fun. Clue is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this much fucking nonsense. How do you get Clue wrong? Miss Scarlet's turn. I'm ending it. I'm over it. It might end up as a cold case. Tepid case. Wait, what are they asking? Mrs. Peacock was in the kitchen. Good for her. Peacock. Okay. With a rating of 0 in the spread. Miss Scarlet's turn to roll. 2. I shouldn't have even rolled. I'm a fool. Mrs. Peacock's turn. She's taken the secret passageway. Who did it? Professor Plum? No, he didn't, because I have him. Candlestick Conservatory. Nobody was in the conservatory. Nobody. So, we just eliminate that. Does that eliminate the conservatory because nobody was in there as well? Because that means the murderer wasn't in there. Right? So I think that means that there's no... So if we find out where if the weapon was in the conservatory, that means it's wrong. I think, because nobody's in the conservatory. So I think that's like an X. Maybe. I don't know. Like, that's it, right? I think it can't be the conservatory. Let's just go on that assumption. Am I crazy? You've all played Clue, right? It's not this much crazy nonsense, is it? It's literally just like, I think it was this person with this in this, and then you just get presented a card that tells you one thing it wasn't, and that's it. And you're just trying to figure out the 3 cards that nobody has. And so every time you ask a question, somebody shows you a card, and you know, okay, it wasn't that. So then you'll strategically ask what you'll ask 2 things that you know for sure it isn't, and then one thing that you're trying to find the answer for. And if nobody shows you a card for that one thing, then suddenly you know, okay, it was that then. But I don't know how you do that in this. It's so weird. Don't like it. I'm trying to remember how the PC version used to play that I used to play as a kid. Do you know there's some weird Japanese sort of like mystery board game on the PlayStation I would like to get at some point? Maybe that would be fun to stream. I forgot what it's called now. I'll keep meaning to buy it. Proof or something. Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. Okay. Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. Did she? I don't know what that is telling me. Oh my god, why won't this stick? Okay, Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. So she could be the murderer. Let's roll. What do we want to do? What do we want to work out? The dining room. Dining room. We don't know anything about the dining room. So let's do that. So if I try and go to the dining room... Oh, fucking hell. I got a 1. Like Giga Brain Cluedo. We're playing on the easiest difficulty as well. The kitchen had been cleaned up. Everything had been put away. Well, almost everything. Is she making a guess already, this bitch? Have we lost? Mrs. Peacock fidgeted nervously. She found the candlestick. That's an interesting possible scenario. What? So nobody... Was that an interrogation? Nobody disproved it? This game is blowing my head. Oh, she's accusing! She's won! Mrs. Peacock. With that... So that's a test, basically, isn't it? Oh. So the computer just won already. I don't feel like She might have looked harmless, but then she... And surely you could not have expected anyone lesser to have come to the conclusion. This is too much. My lawyers will be getting in touch with all of you. Oh no, me and my big mouth. I seem to have done it again. I still don't feel like I've learnt how to play. That ended too quickly. I was just starting to... This is the easy mode. I was just starting to get, like, the hang of what was going on, and it ended. No, not well done. Oh, I need to open up another thing now. Oh my god. Is there a quick way for me to do this? There we go. We got a fresh notepad. Do we even have enough info? We did. I don't think we did. I think the computer did. Look at my cards. So, we have Colonel Mustard. That's green. We have Professor Plum. We have the lounge. We have the kitchen. We have the conservatory. And we have the study. We have a lot of rooms. I'm trying to think how to tactically do this. Like, should we go for the rooms that we have? We always start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it seems like you can do an interrogation to test your theory, and that is similar to like the original clue rules. You know, you just say something and then somebody will disprove it with a card. And I think the computer just did that, and then nobody disproved it, so they knew it was correct. Oh my god. Right. Well, we could choose. Where do I want to go? If we go to the lounge, we know that anything we ask that is in the lounge is wrong. I think is how we play the game. So let's do that. Let's see if... Let's just focus on working out who did it first. So let's do Professor Green. We don't know any of the weapons. With the candles, with the candlestick in the lounge, okay? Colonel Mustard was in the lounge. Okay, so we now know it wasn't Colonel Mustard. Oh, I'm such a twat! I didn't mean to pick Colonel Mustard. You know, it's because they don't present this in the same order that they do in the game. I meant to do green, but he was the first one. So we've learnt nothing from that accusation. Ridiculous. Well, we've learnt how to play the game. That's what we've learned. Okay, Mrs. White. No weapon was in the kitchen. Wait, what? What does that mean then? So does that mean no body was in the kitchen either? What are you telling me here? No weapon was in the kitchen. Where's the kitchen? Well, that's because it wasn't... The kitchen wasn't involved either. Yeah, I just wasted a turn doing that. It would be nice if the No, don't do that. Let's do the dining room. It would be nice. Can you see here? It's Colonel Mustard is the top, and then Professor Plum, but not on here. Green, then Mustard, then Peacock. It would be nice if they put them in the same order that they did in the game. Just a thought. What room are we doing? The dining room. Do we know the dining room? We do not. So, let's do Professor Plum, because we know he's not in the dining room. And the candlestick in the dining room. Professor Plum was in the study. See, it's weird that it just gives you a clue that's totally unrelated to what I'm asking. That's what's wrecking my head. I'm asking about the weapon in the dining hall, but now you're telling me Professor Plum was in the study. But does that mean that that's because you had nothing to tell me about the room I'm in, or are you just giving me some random info? Do you see what I mean? So, Professor Plum was in the study, so we know that the study was not... Oh, I already knew that, though. And I wasn't asking about the study. Fuck. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what a bizarre way to do this. Well, we know... I'm presuming you can't have more than one person in the room, so... We know... What do we know? We know that none of these people are in the study. So we can ask them other things. Pick 3 subjects to get a random... Yeah, exactly. But it's like not convenient because I didn't really want to know about the study or Professor Plum. I wanted to know about whether he was in the dining room or not, and hopefully find out if a weapon was in the dining room. But like I don't really know anything new. Colonel Mustard, Knife and Lounge is what they're asking. The candlestick was in the lounge. Oh boy. And the lounge is not involved, so we know the candlestick is out now. We also know that the candlestick was in the lounge. Can't even read this shit. There we go. Oh, Dreamy, this is the most fucking gigabrain game of Clue I've ever played in my life. Good morning. Candlestick was in the lounge. And wasn't the weapon. Wait, so that means... That means the lounge is ruled out. Oh, we already knew that though. Okay. So, we can... We can remove the candlestick from all of these rooms. We can just cross that out. Because I don't care. I mean, I know that that was where it was, but I don't care. Okay. Is it vague? No, it's the board game, but just in a really crazy way. Instead of like, you go into a room and you make an accusation, but instead of like somebody showing you a card, it just plays like this random vignette and tells you 3 pieces of information. But we need to... So we know that it wasn't Mustard because we have this card. So if we find out that Mustard was in the lounge, then we know that the lounge wasn't involved. Which isn't typically how you do Clue. Usually you just ask a question, and if nobody shows you that card, or no cards at all, then you know you've got it right. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. I guess it sort of does end up in the same way, but it's an odd way to do it. I think the idea is that because you'd be playing with your friends and family all on the same TV, I think they're trying to incorporate a way that everybody... Because the other thing is when you make an accusation in a room, all players see the same thing. Whereas in a real game of Clue, only the player that asks would get to see a card, but the other players would know that somebody showed them a card, but they don't know which it was. But I think they're just trying to translate it into a television experience. See, they're doing an interrogation. Are they just going to win again? How are they winning so fast? Like, the computer's winning after like 2 fucking moves at the minute. Colonel Mustard Candlestick. The lounge was quite warm. It was cozy enough for a nap. A long nap. Colonel Mustard carefully cleaned his monocle. He found the candlestick. Wait, I am certain it could not have been Colonel Mustard. I have proof. Oh, that's us, because we have Colonel Mustard. Okay, so we learnt nothing from that. We know it wasn't the lounge. But do we have the card for the lounge, or we just know it wasn't? I can't even remember now. But presumably we just proved it with Colonel Mustard. We have the lounge as well. So the computer wouldn't know which is the proof. They just know that something is wrong in their accusation. Isn't it weird though? Like how would you write an AI for this? Presumably they're gonna fucking cheat. We could do an interrogation. But I kind of want to find some more info first. It seems like the computer's just like rushing around. I want to go back in the lounge. So, Peacock Rope Conservatory. The wrench was in the conservatory. Okay. The wrench. And we know that the conservatory was not in the crime, so that means it wasn't the wrench. So we eliminate that. And we can just eliminate all weapons. From there, we can eliminate the wrench, the wrench, the wrench. It's a lot of busy work. It's a very weird way to do this. The wrench. And that's the conservatory. I'm just worried the computer's going to win in a second. Plum rope study. No weapon was in the study. Okay. Plum pretzel study. Where's the study? We know the study wasn't involved though, that's why. But we also know that there's no weapon in there now. I'm trying to get back in the lounge. Oh fucking hell! Pleasure dome, peacock, rope, ballroom. Mrs. Peacock had the rope. But we don't know where she was. Peacock and rope. The rope could possibly be the murder weapon. Do. She's going out with a dog leash. Mrs. Peacock. Angel, have you played this? This is something else. You have not. This is the weirdest way to play Clue. Right, what do we do? We're going in the lounge, I think. I want to find the weapon. So what should we ask? Where should we go? Like, we know the candlestick was in the lounge. So if I want to get a false answer, who is in the lounge? Not Professor Plum. See, if I ask Professor Plum with the robe in the lounge, it might just give me Professor Plum was in the study, which is just bullshit. I don't want to know about the study. Let's ask somebody else about somebody else then. Maybe Mrs. Peacock with the rope in the lounge will probably do. I reckon. Then at least we can find out where that bitch is. Mrs. Peacock with the rope in the lounge. Oh shit! No, because it's just going to tell me that. Oh, this fucking game. It's such a stupid way to play this. I just wasted my turn then. God damn it! I should have used a different weapon. Or a different person. This is white with the lead pipe in the library. No weapon was in the library. So that means that the library wasn't involved. Wait, where, I think I am going to mark these better. Where's the... So the candlestick is in the lounge, and the there's the candlestick. Candlestick was in the lounge, and what's the other one? The wrench is in the conservatory. Wait, did I just cross the library off? I did, okay. I still want to do that again. Let's just take the secret passageway and guarantee that we can be back next time. Conservatory, right, what have we got for the conservatory? We know the conservatory wasn't involved, so let's drag Mrs. Peacock's ass into here and do a different weapon. Let's do... oh shit, so we know the wrench was in the conservatory, so let's do a different weapon to that. But no. But is it just going to... I swear to God, if this just tells me the wrench was in the conservatory, I'm going to flip. Because I'm not even asking about it. Mrs. Peacock was in the billiard room then. Okay, she was in the billiard room. And the billiard room is still potentially evil. So, okay, I know what we should do. So next time we should ask if somebody... I was thinking if we asked somebody else, like Miss Scarlet in the billiard room with the rope, to find if the rope was in the billiard room, but we can't because it'll just say Miss Scarlet was in a different room, which isn't what I want to ask about. I just want to know about the weapon. Although maybe it has a priority system. Maybe if the rope is in the conservatory, it will have to tell you that first. Maybe it is just... If there's no information at all, it'll tell you something else. Not really sure. Oh shit, they're doing an interrogation. Mrs. Peacock rope. Oh, they think they know who it is, don't they? Billiard room. Oh, they're gonna make an accusation now. Fidget nervously. She called the rope. It's an interesting scenario. Because it's correct. They win. Damn! Okay. We better start over. Try the hardest difficulty. Oh, stop it. Do you think it's Wolf Child again? We got a fresh clue. It's always Mrs. Peacock, isn't it? Right. Should we go for the full 6 players or what? I can't even beat it on amateur right now. She's a bad lady. Could have been playing Scooby-Doo. Cards. So we have Colonel Mustard. I wonder if you end up with just like RNG that makes it go the same way. Right, Mustard's a no-go. Mr. Green. Ooh, Mrs. Peacock. Dining room. The conservatory, we got no weapons. And the library. She's a bad lady. Do you know the kingdom of heaven? It's impossible to get in a room on your first turn, isn't it? Dooby-doo-doo. Mrs. Scarlet, I swear to fuck if I roll a 1. Just don't even, yeah, behave. Wait, what rooms have we got? We have the conservatory and the dining room. Let's go in the dining room because we know it's not involved. So let's see if we can suss out one of these suspect. I think I get it a bit better now. If we do Plum, because he could be him, and then just any weapon, the knife. Let's go for it. So anything that is in this room is not involved. Nobody was in the dining room. Shit. Poo. Well, that's just a useless room then, isn't it? But maybe there's a weapon, but we just got it wrong. I don't know, does that mean that the knife wasn't in the dining room, or just that they're not telling us? That's what I don't understand about this game. I feel like we can presume the knife was not in there though. Let's go to the dining room next. Kind of sucks though because the rope was in the kitchen. Kind of sucks because you've shown everybody else that the lounge is not involved, and that was my card, and I've learnt nothing. The system isn't very good. I've learnt nothing, but everybody else has. Because I asked a room I knew wasn't involved in the crime. I don't think it's a very good way to play. The rope was in the kitchen. I love this music so much. I really want to get my own copy of this. Not Clue. Although I saw somebody selling the cartridge of this recently. I'll pass. Roll. I used to play this version of it on like Windows. I think it was made in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I used to love it. I want to play that again now. Can't remember how that worked. I'm sure it was just with cards. But it had like some other weird aspects to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So nobody... Wait, no, what? I want to use the secret passageway. Oh, can I cancel my move? I'm wasting a fucking turn again. It's pissing me off. We did the knife last time, didn't we? Let's try... Oh, we know the rope is not in there. Let's try... Ooh. The wrench. Just gonna tell me nobody was in... Miss Scarlet had the candlestick. Oh! Well, that's interesting. It could be her, though. We don't know where she was. The plot thickens, something thickens, but my patience thins. Who did it? I've just accidentally saved over my fucking thing as well now. My notepad. I'm gonna have to make a whole new one now. Mrs. Peacock. Oh, had the knife. Okay. Okay, so we know the knife was not involved because Miss Peacock had it. The revolver was in the hall. Oh, why does it have to change? Why is it changing colour? I'm not even sure we need to copy and paste half of this crap. Revolver in the hall. But we don't know if it was the weapon or not. Right, I don't want to do the lounge because it's not helpful. Let's see. We want to find out Miss Scarlet. I might do Miss Scarlet in the... Do we know the conservatory wasn't involved? Okay. Miss Scarlet with the knife. Perhaps. And maybe not the knife, because if it's the knife and it's in the conservatory, we'll just know that that was useless. Let's do the lead pipe. Miss Scarlet with the lead pipe. Why are you telling me about Professor Plum? Professor Plum had the lead pipe. This is so weird. Wasn't the result I was expecting. That doesn't really help. That just confuses everything for me. Okay, he had the lead pipe, sure. But I'm trying to eliminate, not... I'm trying to find out where if Miss Scarlet was in a room that wasn't involved so I can eliminate her and the weapon at the same time. That was my reasoning. Should we just see who else we do or don't have? Problem is though, if I ask stupid questions, I'm helping the computer. What was Mrs. White's weapon? I can't even move because Mrs. Peacock's fat ass is in the doorway. You sure you won't end your turn? Yeah. Scarlet Revolver Hall. Mrs. White was in the hall. Okay, Mrs. White in the hall. Oh, they're doing a fucking interrogation now. Mrs. White was in the hall. So that means she has the revolver, because the revolver was in the hall. And the hall... It's very possible. Okay. I think the computer's probably about to fucking guess now, though. Mrs. White with a revolver in the hall. Damn it. Ah, how can we beat this computer? Oh my god. She wouldn't take it anymore, and... How did you know? I cleaned my trail completely. I'll be back. Rude out of 10. I need to make a whole fucking fresh thing now. You can only undo so far in pain. It's so annoying. Get another notepad. Okay. The music really fits. It's a shame there's none elsewhere though, otherwise I'd leave it on. Only this bit has music and in between the stuff. A bit lazy. Right, we got Professor Plum. That's not Professor Plum. Professor Plum. Make this a shade thinner, maybe. No in between with this. Professor Plum, Mr. Green, Mrs. White, the knife, the wrench, and the billiard room. Let's go. Right, we got the lounge. So let's ask Mr. Green with the candlestick in the lounge. Mr. Green is in the dining room. Okay, so that eliminates the dining room. And I feel like that probably also eliminates... whatever weapon I just said, but I can't fucking remember what I just said. What is she doing? Peacock Lead Pipe Lounge. Her lead pipe was in the hall. Woo. Oh, it's our turn. Let's go in the secret passage, shall we? To the conservatory. So let's do the lead pipe. And Miss Scarlet. Colonel Mustard. Miss Scarlet. With the lead pipe. Miss Scarlet had the rope. Okay, wasn't asking, but hey ho. We don't know where the rope was, though. Does that mean we know that Miss Scarlet wasn't in the conservatory? I don't know. I don't feel like we can find out if Miss Scarlet was in the in there or not. Because any question I ask is just going to say she had the rope. Oh, it says sleeping. Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. Okay. We don't know where she was. Green wrench dining room. No weapon was in the dining room. Yeah, it's because I've got the card. That doesn't help me, you bastard. Wait, if there's no weapon in the dining room, I guess that means we know just the dining room is a total no-go. Like, nobody was in the dining room either because everybody has to have a weapon. So it's totally done. Do I want to go back to the lounge? Yeah, let's go to the lounge. What should we ask? Let's ask Mrs. Trying to find out what some of these people were. Mrs. Peacock. Let's ask Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard with the knife. I swear, but it's probably just going to say like he had a different weapon. Colonel Mustard had no weapon, oh for fuck's sake. That's totally ruled out what I just thought then, so there could be anybody in the dining room, they just don't necessarily have a weapon. I thought... I despise this. This is a very stupid way to play Clue. So wait, Colonel Mustard had no weapon. So we know he's not there. Where are we? Oh, I don't know. Mrs. Scarlet was in the conservatory. Didn't I already ask that and it just fobbed me off with like, she had this weapon? Blah blah blah. Miss Scarlet was in the conservatory. So that means the rope is in the conservatory. Oh, and Miss Scarlet, because she's only in one room. It's nice that they're next to each other. So maybe I'll do an interrogation next turn. I'm just gonna bank it on Miss Scarlet. Does it waste your whole turn though? I think it does. Let's do an interrogation. Miss Scarlet. With what? Miss Scarlet with the rope in the conservatory. So if any of this comes up as proof, proven wrong, then we can eliminate all of that. The air hung down and heavy from the lush foliage of the conservatory. Miss Scarlet laughed as she fixed her makeup and hair. She quickly coiled the rope. Wait, I am certain it could not have been Miss Scarlet. I have proof. Okay. So we know it wasn't Miss Scarlet. And we also know it wasn't the rope. And we also know it wasn't the conservatory. So it was Peacock or Mustard. Well, it wasn't Mustard because he doesn't have a weapon. So it was Peacock with the candlestick. Some fucking place. Oh, the computer knows as well. Sucks. Professor Plum had the wrench. We already know that, I think. Actually, we don't, but it doesn't really matter. Gas. Where could she be? Where could we go? We don't want to go to the conservatory. We don't need to go to the hall. Not the dining room. I want to be in the lounge, really. Who did it? We don't... Well, we do know the dining hall. We don't know who was or wasn't in a room though, so let's try Professor Plum with... I don't know. With the candlestick. Professor Plum was in the ballroom. So that eliminates the ballroom. But I don't like this game. I really don't, because how could I not guarantee by asking Professor Plum with a weapon I know he doesn't have? How do I know it wasn't just going to tell me which weapon he has instead of this? This is actually a good clue. But like, how can you can't control what it's going to fucking tell you out of its stuff. Like, I know that Professor Plum didn't have that weapon, and I know he wasn't in the dining room, but I can't decide whether you're going to tell me Professor Plum had the wrench, which I already know, or whether he was in a totally unrelated room. It's just a really silly rule set. So, Plum was in the ballroom, so... that's eliminated. Lead pipe is also eliminated, so it can't be the hall. The library. Candlestick. So it could be kitchen, library, lounge, or study. I don't think it's the lounge though, haven't we already asked that? If you guess Miss Peacock, it might have said where she was. Yeah, but it might have also just said Miss Peacock didn't have that weapon. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I can't control anything, but it just said Mrs. Peacock in the dining room with the wench. It might have just said Mrs. Peacock had the rope, which doesn't help me at all. It's really fucking stupid. So I don't need. I just want to know which room now. But if it's going to waste my time telling me about a weapon, Mrs. White in the billiard room with a knife. Hey, Peacock saw, and you don't want to tip off the computer? Yeah, too, because the computer is just going to know immediately. Professor Plum was in the billiard room. Wait, was he? Have I just made a mistake? Billiard room. Oh, I know the billiard room. Yeah, well, we know, so we've learnt nothing from that. But does that... I can't work out. Does that tell... What does that tell you about what they asked? They asked Mrs. White and stuff. It's just... Ah, the computer fucking knows already, doesn't it? Professor Plum with the wrench. Okay, maybe it doesn't now. In the lounge. Studies pretending in his notes. She has proof that it wasn't Professor Plum. I don't know to do an interrogation, to be honest. Just see if I get lucky. It's like a 1 in 4 chance that I'll get it right. If I get it wrong, though, am I just helping the computer? Peacock, candlestick. Kitchen. I'm certain it could not have been the kitchen. I have proof. So hasn't that kind of just told everybody else that it wasn't? It might be Miss Peacock though. So we got it wrong. Is your grandma a murderer? Peacock. Well, she has been a lot in the last few games. Library, lounge, study. I can't make any more accusations now. I mean, interrogations. Next turn, the computer's gonna get close, isn't it? You can guess immediately, yeah. Peacock knife library. The knife is in the kitchen. We don't really even need this information. I don't really need to write it down, do I? Yeah, knife in the kitchen. I can't be bothered to mark it. Oh, hey Dudo, how are you?
What a thrill.
This is...
Ryudo has just rated.
Hi
Is it
Ryudo.
fabulous?
Get a clue. I'm so clueless with this. This is a nightmare. This is the most, like, bizarre rule set for Clue I've ever played. But yeah, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a nice stream. I'm probably going to bed after this, to be honest. I'm feeling tired and this game is doing my head in. Yeah, if you're just coming in, I'm playing all the Mega Drive games. This is one of them. A very weird version of Clue. We're pondering. The rope was in the conservatory. Well, we already knew that. So you don't ask. You ask 3 things as usual, but instead of just being presented 1 card, it just like will tell you if like 1 thing is a match. Like if you say Professor like that, the rope was in the conservatory, it tells you that that was correct. But if it's like anything you said is not true, it sometimes will just give you some other random information instead. So if you said like Professor Plum with a wrench in the dining room, and only it might just say no, Professor Plum had the rope, and it's like okay. Ugh. you're kind of just trying to work out who has the weapon, because once you figure out Peacock is the murderer, then you just need to any weapon that you find is a different character, you now know isn't the weapon because Peacock doesn't have it. It's just weird. It just hurts my head. And I can't win. The computer keeps getting in on it. We know who it is and we know what the weapon is, but I just can't figure out the room. It's just weird. Where do we even want to go? We don't need the kitchen. Where are we going? What rooms have we got left? Library, lounge and study. How can I even get... Library... Oh, we've still got the lounge on the go. Let's do that. I swear if this bitch isn't in the lounge, it's all over. But the thing is as well, like, you're also helping the computer all the time. Peacock, candlestick, lounge. I could just do a random guess. It's a 1 in 3 chance that I'll get it right. But the computer will see this information too. She does have a murderous face. She has been the murderer every game so far? Has she actually just been the murderer every single time I've lost? Maybe once I think it was Miss White. There's 6 of each type. 6 what? Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. See, that does... I already fucking know that. I just want to know if she was in the room or not. That's what does my head in. Does that mean she wasn't in the room, or you just not telling me? But if I'd have said something else, like, this game is weird. If I'd have said Mrs. Cott with a knife... Mrs. Cott, whatever. Mrs. Peacock with a fucking knife in this conservatory. The game might just turn around and be like, no, actually, Mrs. Peacock had the candlestick. Doesn't help me, or actually, the knife was in this other room. Yeah, I know, not bothered. I'm just trying to find out, was she in this fucking room, yes or no? Please tell me. Or it'll be like, oh no, the knife was... Ugh. Whatever. I don't know why I'm letting it get on my nose, but it really is. I love Clue! That's what's pissing me off. How can you ruin Clue? It's a great game. How can you ruin it? End Miss Scarlet's turn. I kind of just want to make an accusation, but I don't know. I don't know if she's in the lounge. Or not. I'm sure the computer does. Oh, the computer's going for her. Or going for a suggestion. Mrs. Peacock. Oh no, he's still doing Mrs. White. The computer's not very smart this time around. Mrs. White. The revolver was in the study. Does that help us? Oh, it does, because we know that Miss Peacock used the candlestick, so the study is now eliminated. So it's library or lounge. I'm just gonna fucking ask the library. I don't care. Give me a term. Oh, don't do it. No, the computer's gonna do this. Candlestick. I just asked this question. I just asked this question. Are you okay, computer? Okay, this game is officially garbage. I just asked this question and you gave me Miss Peacock and the candlestick, which I already knew. If it's gonna accuse now and fucking win. Don't you dare. Yeah, I'm accusing. It was that bitch. It was Mrs. Peacock with the candlestick in the lounge. Thank you, please. The lounge was quite warm. It was cosy enough for a nap. A long nap. Mrs. Peacock fidgeted nervously. She found the candlestick. She might have looked harmless, but then she... And... This is too much. My lawyers will be getting in touch with all of you. Well, I won. I figured it out. I cracked the case. Game over. Okay. GG. The bitch. Do I try it on the hardest difficulty? Do I dare? Thank you for the gentle uterus. Right, we need to make a clean slate on this. I feel like I've got my second wind now. We'll have one game of the hardest one and see how much nonsense it is. Are you ready to lose your mind with Clue? Because we're going to go all in. We're going to go detective, full house, the works. Should I get a coffee? No, I won't. I'm going to blow my nose though. Okay, was Miss Scarlet the key? You ready to lose your body and soul to Clue? Give yourself over to Clue. By the way, all you Americans, do you know we don't call it Clue in the UK? We call it Cluedo. And in the manual of this, I didn't realise it was actually, I think it was made in the UK. I was assumed like maybe it was an American game, I don't know, and we had a weird name for it, but... So I know it's called Clue because the movie is called Clue, and I always thought it was weird that the film Clue based on Cluedo was called Clue when I was a kid. No U at the end, just Cluedo. Why the different name in the countries? I've no idea, ask America. America likes to change the name for things. Cluedo was not enough. I mean, if I Google it, it'll probably tell me that actually I'm totally wrong. Let's have a look. Why is Clue called Cluedo? It is called Cluedo because the name is a portmanteau of the word clue and ludo, which is the Latin word for I play. The game was a pun on a popular simple board game called Ludo, which was well known in the UK at the time. In the United States, the name was changed to Clue because Ludo was not a familiar name to American audiences, who played a similar game under different brands, names like Parcheesi. So it was just changed for that reason. Says the AI. I had no idea it was to do with Ludo. Did the UK get Cluedo Master Detective? What's that? Is that a game? Cluedo Master Detective. Supersized version of Clue with more detectives? Oh no, I don't know about this. I've never played it. It looks cool. Oh, there's even a game of it? Like a video game of it, I think. Oh, who are the new... Oh, that's cool. 2 added characters, 4 wombs. 4 wombs? 4 wombs and two weapons. That's cool. It's like, where's Waldo? Yeah, why that? Yeah, you can't handle Cluedo, but you'll handle Waldo. Just look at inches, feet, and miles per hour. Philosopher's Stone is my favourite. I love that one. Like, can't handle Philosopher's Stone. Change it to Sorcerers. We're always Miss Scarlet, you know that, right? Let me shut this. I can't be doing the 2 tracks at once. You get music on this until you start the game, and then it just shuts up, which is a great way to do it. Next player, going all in with Mrs. Y. Oh my god. Maybe I should just like get this set up online or something. Me and you can play Dreamy. In a 2-player game, if there is one or something. And Big Tall, we'll do a 3-player game, and then I'll just let me win. And don't tell anybody that you're actually the computer. Next player. Probably be a lot more fun. Professor Plum. The fact it doesn't even have an inbuilt notepad though is weird. Like, they actually expect you to use the manual to draw all over it, and they even say underneath, like, if you want to order more, you can send like $1.50 to this address, and they'll send you like a fucking Cluedo booklet thing to play more games of Cluedo on your Mega Drive. Because even the notepad is weird to me, because like the Cluedo that I play is you just get like a checklist and you just check them off. And what's left is what it is. Let's go. So in this version, so we have different difficulties. It's going to gradually changes. This is the hardest difficulty now, so it's going to have like negative questions instead of just saying like this. It'll be like, Miss Scarlet didn't have the rope. So get ready for the headache that is the hardest difficulty of Clue. I'm going to probably have 1 game of this and then I'm going to bed. I don't even know how to begin. We will roll. Oh my god. Doobie-doo. Let's fucking go! Let's do. What? Is everybody's dice broken? Did the entire board just roll 1s? Oh, maybe not. I didn't pay attention until later on. I was like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still not going nowhere. Always going into that lounge. I had to stop her screaming. Professor Plum was not in the lounge. It's already harder. Professor Plum was not in the lounge. But where was he? Wait, I didn't even check my cards. Let's check my cards. That'll be useful. There's also there's like a 90s TV show of Clue, I think, as well. I think it was in America. Or was it the UK? Some weird TV series. You're suggesting already? Are you real? Put Mr. Green in the lounge with a wrench. Mr. Green was not in the lounge. Maybe they weren't suggesting. No, I thought they were interrogating. So Mr. Green was not in the lounge. Can I look at my cards? I'm an idiot, I forgot. We have a candlestick. A rope. A ballroom. And a cuddly toy. Lounge. I'm just checking that doesn't correlate. No, we don't know anybody. We only know murder weapons. That's annoying. Did we play on the last round? The easiest. And with only 3 people. The harder difficulties change the clues from just being positives to being negatives. Apparently. If I roll a 1, nothing will happen. I'm just being dramatic. Okay, I rolled a 2. We're in the lounge. Cuddly toy. Hooray! The lounge. Let's do Colonel Mustard with a candlestick in the lounge. You know what I'm also wondering though is let's see what happens here. Colonel Mustard did not have the candlestick. God damn it. Okay, never mind. I was wondering if this just works better on harder difficulties, like easy, it only has so much to do, but no. He did not have the candlestick. Is that what the manual wanted me to do? I don't remember now. Let me just reread the manual a second. When you're told Mr. Green does not have the candlestick, fill the small corner under his picture to show he did not have it. Why not just draw a line though? Like, what's the difference? Why not just do that? Whatever. Miss Scarlet's turn. End. Mrs. Peacock with a knife in the dining room. The knife is not in the dining room. Okay. But maybe Mrs. Peacock was. Rope and ballroom. Colonel Mustard did not have the rope. He didn't have the rope, he did not. Oh, and we know that Colonel Mustard is not the murderer now because... No, wait, I'm talking up my arse. We don't know shit. We know he didn't have the rope. That's all we know. That's all we know. Taking that secret passageway, are you? Wait, what? Oh, you're making a suggestion? We were just going to sit in the lounge, like, ruminating over who did or did not do it all day? Sure seems like it. Mrs. Scarlet. The wrench was not in the lounge. It's a bit weird, though, that we're all getting the same information because, like... Yeah, we're just all getting the same information, do you know what I mean? Dining room, Professor Plum. Professor Plum was not in the dining room. Pom pom. I think I prefer this on the harder difficulty actually though. Because at least I like the just eliminating. It feels more like regular clue. Mrs. White, lead pipe. In that room. Mrs. White did not have the lead pipe. We could go to the conservatory. Or just roll. Let's go to the conservatory. And we will guess what? Let's let's guess Mr. Green with the candlestick in the conservatory. Screen did not have the candlestick. Okay. Rope, ballroom. Mrs. White did not have the rope. But who did? How come he started off with a suggestion, but I couldn't the previous time? I had to move. Oh, is it because he's been pulled over there? Oh, I'm gonna get moved around now. That's annoying. Miss Scarlet did not have the revolver. I didn't know. See, this seems more like a regular game of Clue at the moment to me. Makes my own rules. It's very, very strange. See, look, I can't do one. Let's go to the lounge. What should we ask about the lounge? Kenji, come in. Peacock, Scarlet. Oh, that's the wrench. Let's do Peacock and the wrench. Oh shit, no, not wrench. I meant to do the candlestick. I was just going to tell me the wrench wasn't in the fucking lounge. Mrs. Peacock did not have the wrench. Okay. That's not too bad then. Gonna be long games on this difficulty. French Ballroom and Scarlet. Oh, something's true. No, French was not in the ballroom. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Mrs. White in the lounge with a candlestick. Mrs. White was not in the lounge. You don't get all the fun animations though, because it's always no. Mrs. White was not in the lounge. So who was? The knife was not in the conservatory. Green lead pipe dining room. I didn't read that. Fuck my life. I think I just tried to screenshot it. Did I manage to capture it? I did, thank God. Mr. Green did not have the lead pipe. Mr. Green did not have the lead pipe. Okay, oh, we're in the ballroom. Do you want to make a suggestion in the ballroom? We know it wasn't involved though. Let's just do it. Suggestion. This is never gonna give me a positive though, is it? Let's try and go after a weapon combination. Miss Scarlet with the candlestick in the ballroom. Scarlet's not in the ballroom. I don't know if this will ever give you a yes. I think it's always just going to tell you no for everything. Which kind of means like there's no point me asking the ballroom because it wasn't involved. So it's never going to give me any good answers, I think. Miss Peacock Candlestick Conservatory. Mrs. Peacock was not in the conservatory. Peacock Candlestick Lounge. Miss Scarlet was not in the lounge. I'm not really sure how you can guess, like, if everybody's all getting the same information on this difficulty and it's all not, isn't everybody just gonna sort of pretty much almost all come to the same conclusion at the same time? Like, we're all gonna learn, oh, they were in that room at the same time, pretty much. Give or take, like, one turn. Miss Scarlet was not in the dining room. She was dumb. She's coming into the ballroom. Professor Plum and the candlestick. Professor Plum's not in the ballroom. The candlestick was not in the ballroom. Yeah, because nothing was in the ballroom then, because it wasn't involved. The adventure might be a card, yeah, pretty much. But, like, you're only going to be a card or two ahead of somebody else, though. It's like in real Cluedo, you can get much further ahead because nobody knows what card's been shown to you, except the person that showed it. They just know that one of the three things you said was correct. The rope was not in the ballroom. Okay. Oh, we're in the dining room. We could just do a suggestion. May as well, we risk missing a turn otherwise. Let's do who? Green with the knife, maybe? He's never going to say yes to anything. Mr. Green did not have the knife. I feel like against a human this would work, but against an AI it's kind of just giving the AI the information. This is Peacock with the lead knife. Yeah, you really don't get to enjoy any of the animations in this version because it's just the same generic nothing there. Lead pipe was not in the dining room. Plum Revolver Lounge. Codemaster did not have the revolver. Right, let's see if we can get to the lounge again. Green Revolver Dining Room. Revolver was not in a dining room. So it almost seems like in this version there's slightly less urgency to get into a room and make a suggestion because you're just helping the computer anyway and you get to watch theirs. Screen did not have the rope. Okay, so green had either the revolver or the wrench. I think the trick of this is using your interrogation at the right time. Fucking hell. Damn it. That's annoying. Plum. Candlestick. I think I prefer this difficulty though. I think it flows better on the card that we're filling in. Professor Plum did not have the candlestick. Okay. See, if we can find out who had the candlestick, that eliminates them quickly. This is why it was not in the conservatory. Six. Right, what do I want to ask? Mustard or peacock? Let's do mustard with a thing. Oh. Colonel Mustard with the revolver. The revolver was not in the lounge. But you didn't say Colonel Mustard didn't have it. Revolver was not in the lounge. I don't know how to get that next question then. I want to know whether Colonel Mustard was in the lounge. And it might just keep fobbing me off on weapons I'm not interested in. So if I do mustard and wrench, it might just say the wrench was not in the lounge, which doesn't help me at all. This is just the problem with this game. Because it sort of has an element of RNG into it, to whether the computer gives you a clue that you want or not. Mrs. Peacock, Candlestick and Lounge. Oh, the candlestick was in the lounge. Well, why didn't it give that for me? You know? Oh, I didn't say candlestick though. Okay, the candlestick was in the lounge, so now the lounge is eliminated because the candlestick was in it. So, but I would like to find out if Mrs. Peacock or Colonel Mustard were in there. I guess we'll never know. Game hates you. It's just weird. I don't know how to strategically do this, is the problem. Colonel Mustard with the lead pipe in the conservatory. Colonel Mustard did not have the lead pipe. I think we already knew that though. Yeah, we did. It's not helpful. Mr. Green Revolver Conservatory. The revolver was not in the conservatory. Okay. Plum Wrench Conservatory. Professor Plum was not in the conservatory. Do I want to go to the conservatory? Sure. Let's ask what? Let's do Colonel Mustard. With the wrench. In the conservatory. Colonel Mustard was not in the conservatory. Shit. Suggestion, Mr. Green. With the wrench. Oh. Mr. Green was not in the conservatory. So Miss Scarlet could be in the conservatory. How many rooms? We haven't figured out enough rooms yet though. We're all in the conservatory, having a party, doing the same strat. Suggestion. See, the computer... We're all on the same page because we've all had the same info. This is just very silly. Because my next question would also be Miss Scarlet, with the wrench in the conservatory. And I'm going to get this info too. Okay, right, so we've all now learned that Miss Scarlet was in this room. All 6 of the players. It's very, very strange. Right, so she is there. And we can remove her from here, and from here, from here, and from here, and from here. Oh, bollocks! That isn't what it was. It's that she had the wrench. Shit. I need to do that back. Please let me undo that far. Oh. Okay. Are we okay? That's correct. Miss Scarlet has the wrench. But we don't know. Mysterious. Oops. So whoever has the Miss Scarlet card will know a lot more than the rest of us right now. Or whoever has the wrench card will know a lot more than the rest of us right now. Let's just take the secret passage to the lounge again, maybe. A positive answer. We've had 2 now. I think if something is correct, maybe it will tell you that. Where are we going? Go to the lounge. My problem is, if I go to the lounge and say Colonel Mustard or Miss Peacock were there with any of these weapons, it'll probably just give me the shit weapon reply, whereas I want to know whether they were in there or not. It sucks. I suppose I could try a combination of mustard and... Oh, wait, we know something else now, actually. We know that Colonel Mustard has the revolver, because that's eliminated the wrench. I want to make sure not to show that either. Just need to find out where the bastard is. So... maybe we should go after Mrs. White with the knife. Or Mrs. White, yeah. Maybe Mrs. White with the knife. I kind of just wish I knew if there was a priority system. Like, if it's a positive, will that be more guaranteed? Will it say that rather than a negative, or is it just totally random? Because if Mrs. White has the knife and I say the conservatory, will it tell me that, or will it still just fob me off as like, well, she wasn't in the conservatory, or the knife wasn't in the conservatory? Do you know what I mean? I don't know how this game operates. I wish it would be more transparent. I'm always thinking, let's just go to another room. Completely. And we've missed. Let's just end turn there. I don't know, does a positive answer have top priority? Colonel Mustard, knife and lounge. See, that's what... Wait, is that what I want to know? Colonel Mustard... Oh, knife and lounge. See, we don't know whether Colonel Mustard was in there or not, but we know the knife was not. Is the game just going to say, well, the knife wasn't in there? Oh, hang on. Is it gonna tell us that Colonel Mustard had the knife? Colonel Mustard did not have the knife. See, that's not even any of the variables I was just considering. This is so silly. I just don't know how you can plan with this kind of level of randomness. Okay, well, we know his weapon now. He had the lead pipe. Ugh, right? Ballroom. Green revolver and ballroom. Mr. Green was not in the ballroom. Uh-huh. Because it wasn't in the thing. Professional plan by the revolver and the ballroom. Professor Plum did not have the revolver. I already know this. Fuck's sake. But I don't know whether the revolver was in the ballroom or not, or whether he was in the ballroom or not. It's like the computer is all doing the same thing. Professor Plum with the lead pipe in the ballroom. The lead pipe was not in the ballroom. Which I already knew. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so it's revolver or knife in the ballroom. Revolver. And knife. So we should really ask Plum, knife, ballroom. Whoever gets. But that's probably what the computer's going to do next. Plum, knife, ballroom, please. Look, we're all in the ballroom. Because we've all got the same fucking information. What? Mrs. White, revolver, ballroom? Sure. It's a place to be. It's because we've all got the same notepad. The revolver was not in the ballroom. I don't think I ever thought it was. Oh. So the knife is possibly in the ballroom. Is it my turn? Let's go. Professor Plum with the knife. Is that definitely what I want to do? Knife. Knife, Plum. And that ballroom. Professor Plum had the knife, but I don't know whether it was in the ballroom. But I feel like the computer knows all of this too. Shout Peacock had now. Do I? Oh, I do. So we know everything, we just don't know who now. I'm sure the computer also knows. Mrs. White, robe. Mrs. White was not in the dining room. Mrs. White. Oh, I'm getting really tired. Dining room. Oh, so we can also eliminate people from here now, actually. Can't we? So, rope. Mrs. All the rope ones. So Mrs. Peacock had the rope, right? So Mrs. Peacock was not in the ballroom. Mrs. Peacock was not in the lounge. Who had the candlestick? Mrs. White. Wait, what? Something's wrong. Is that really right? Are you sure we didn't just put that up? Because if Mrs. White has the candlestick, she can't. She must be in the lounge, but I've already crossed her off. Why is that circled? I've fucked up somewhere. Fuck's sake. Ugh, I'm hesitant to do any more now. This has gone wrong. I'm too tired for this shit. It's like 6 in the morning. The study is nobody. Well, if the candlestick is the lounge, that means it's not Miss White. The lounge out of the picture, it is, yeah, because I think I have the lounge as a card. But now I'm confused why... Did I just put White in the wrong one? Maybe I'll just play... Mrs. White was not in the dining room. So, also, the candlestick was not in the dining room. Okay? Let's just go with that one. Mrs. White was not in the conservatory, so the candlestick was not in the conservatory. Something's gone wrong here in the lounge. I'm not sure quite what's going on there. Have we got any other things? Scarlet's in the conservatory, so Scott the wrench is in the conservatory. No Scarlet, no Scarlet, no Scarlet, no Scarlet, no wrench, no wrench, no wrench. No wrench, no wrench. What else have we got? Plum has the knife. We don't know where Plum is. But do we know where the knife is? Okay, so the knife... None of these weapons other than the knife could be in the ballroom, so Mustard's not in the ballroom. Mrs. White ain't in the ballroom. Plum, knife... Can Thunderforce just like stop being so intense, please? Oh, that'll do. So what else is there that we can do? Dining room is green, mustard, peacock, rope, wrench. Probably one of those then. So green has the revolver, so he's not in the dining room. Mustard has the lead pipe, So he's not in the dining room. Peacock has the rope. She could be in the dining room. Wrench is who? Miss Scarlet. So she's not in the dining room. Okay. Not dining. Does that mean Plum must be in the dining room with a knife? The top one. The ballroom. Not necessarily. There could just be nobody in there. I don't know if we've got enough rooms yet. Move that down a bit. The ballroom is not in it. That's the problem. If we find out Plum is in there, then we know that he's not involved. And the knife too. Oh wait, we know that the candlestick is not involved, and that's Miss White, so she's not the murderer. And we know that the rope is not involved, so we know Miss Peacock's not involved. If we can find out where Miss White is, but I've fucking fucked this up. If I knew where Miss White was, she's probably in the lounge, and I've just gone wrong. Because I'm pretty sure the candlestick was there. I don't know why I crossed her off. Maybe I meant to do the wrench and I did it by mistake. But yeah, so it's 4 people and 5 weapons. 4 weapons. Is there anything else? The kitchen? The rope is... Wait. Miss Scarlet, yeah. Miss Scarlet, yeah. Miss Scarlet, yeah. I can't do any more of those. That might be all. Wait, knife in the... Yeah, Plum and knife. Wait, what's that? Wrench and Scarlet. So Scarlet's not in the billiard room. Okay, let's get back to it. What on earth you did up so late? Giga braining the most bonkers game of Clue I've ever played in my pissing life. No work tomorrow. I'd never work on Mondays, really. Always plays with Scarlet as a kid. I love you, Scarlet. That's why we are here. How are you, Cobra? She is the best. And I love that actress. This is why she's suggesting something. Mrs. Peacock, robe, dining room. I'm gonna pass out in a minute, I swear. The rope was not in the dining room. Where's the dining room? Okay, so the rope was not there, so Mrs. Peacock was also not there. So the dining room is no longer considered. So how many rooms have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually... No, we don't. If we can just eliminate one more of these rooms... Like, for people... Oh my god, my head, I can't even explain it. But like, if we can just narrow the room down, like... I don't have any power! If we can eliminate a room or 2, then we can start figuring out where people are. I actually think this is working better for me, this mode. I'm sure the computer is way better than I am, though. Da -da 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 -da. I am your singing telegram. Wrench Conservatory, Miss Scarlet. Do we not already know this? The wrench was not in the conservatory. What? Okay, I quit. I quit. I fucking quit. Because it was! Oh my god, what has gone wrong? This has gone horribly, horribly wrong. We've got the wrong weapon somewhere. That's why. Something's gone wrong. Rain check on clue. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. I'm just gonna make a wild fucking guess. Maybe I'll win. Then we'll draw a line under it. Who did it? I don't know, but my thing is garbage now. I need to not do this at 6 in the morning. Mr. Green did not have the lead pipe. Uh-huh. Yep, that checks out. Oh my god, when did we go so horribly wrong? I'd say probably about 3:30 when I said, shall we put clue on? Miss Scarlett with the lead pipe in the conservatory. Miss Scarlett was not in the conservatory. Yes, she was! I must have just put the wrong room at some point. Maybe Miss Scarlett's in the lounge and Miss White is in the conservatory. She was. I know where I was. Oh. Right, it's my turn. I'm gonna interrogate. Wait a minute. Can I back out before I ask my own cards? What are my cards? We've got candlestick, we've got rope, and we've got the ballroom. We've got a load of rubbish then. So that means it's not. Yeah, it's not Mrs. Peacock. I think it's me, you know, guys. I think we're just in the wrong place, the wrong time. Let's accuse myself. I think it was Miss Scarlett with the... Wait, no, I'm not accusing. I'll back out. I want to do an interrogation. Calm down. Interrogation. Confess! I will, I'll turn myself in. Miss Scarlett in the what? With the wrench? In the who? In the where? Oh, but it's, no! It's not in the lunch. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. We're backing out. We're backing out. It was, who was it? Eh? Who was it? Who do you reckon? Eh? Maybe we could just keep going and see if we can repair the damage. How about that? I'm gonna suggest... I think none of these fuckers are in the conservatory, to be honest, but I'm gonna suggest Mrs. White with the candlestick, which is apparently not in this room, but hey ho. It's probably just going to tell me that she has the candlestick though, isn't it? Whatever. Let's find out. Thought it ended hours ago. I did. You're hallucinating. Mrs. White didn't have the candlestick. Full-time hours here. Everything I knew to be true is a lie. When did this go wrong? At what point did this go wrong? Who has the candlestick? I'm accusing Professor Plum, the bastard. No, I'm not. I'm going to accuse... Mr. Green with the revolver. In the study. Fucking bastard. He did it. He did. The fireplace crackled and lights danced on the walls of the study. Mr. Green waited with anticipation. He reached for the revolver. He did. There is evidence that you're wrong. No, no. No, I'm not. Game over, Miss Scarlet. No. No. There's been a huge mistake. I was right. And now we just watch, do we? I'm offended. I don't think I think it matters not who did it at this point. Mrs. Peacock didn't know. I think they've changed the answers. Somebody has changed the cards when I wasn't looking. I think we're done here, don't you?